Bienvenidos, and welcome to class. I'm going to try something a little different today. Probably once every 3 or 4 lessons, we'll do it this way. We'll have a recorded grammar portion, then we'll do, I'll embed it into a Nearpod, and you'll answer some questions as you go through the presentation, and then we'll have a little work to do at the end. So bear with me as we kind of try this out and figure this out, and yeah, hopefully this will be good. So, bienvenidos. Hoy es jueves. Today is Thursday, el 15 de octubre, or hoy es viernes, el 16 de octubre, if you're on a B-day. So, we're going to talk about telling time today in Spanish. And so our first thing we need to do, we need to hit some of our numbers again. We reviewed these yesterday when we did our, when we talked about calendar the last couple days. So quick, so let me get a pointer here. All right. We're pretty good through 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right? And so remember that as we're counting, right, it's just like pieces of a puzzle, okay? And so what you're looking for is these pieces, okay? Now, our next set of pieces, so that gets us to 15, right? But obviously we got to go a little higher than that. Hay más números. 16, 17, 18, 19. Then we get to 20, 20, 21, 22. Then we get to 23, right? It's just, we're going to take this piece, 20, and then we're going to add what 3 is. 23, 24. Right? Same thing when we work our way up into 30. 20, right? So then it's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, right? So we just keep adding on, right? 23, 24, 25, 20, right? All of those 1 through 10. So you've got to really nail down your 1 through 10 so that you're good to go. Okay, so that gets us to 30. But obviously we have more than that when we tell time. So we're going to need 40 and 50. 40 is 40. 40. So then 41, 41. 42, 42. And then 43, 44. Right? 50 is 50. 50. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and then, right? So when we tell time, we only have to get through 59, all right? So the numbers you absolutely have to know, 1 through 15, and then 20, 30, 40, 50. So 1 through 15, then 20, 30, 40, 50, because all of the rest of them are just pieces that you've already learned when you learn 1 through 10. All right? Okay, a couple of key phrases that you're going to need. ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? Right? And then we have a couple of phrases here, and we're going to walk through some more. If it is 1, we're going to say 1 something, right? Or 1 straight up. We're going to say es la una, and in this case it's 1:30. So we could say es la 1:30. Es la 1:30, because it's 1 and it's singular, okay? If it's anything other than 1 o'clock, we're going to say son las, and in this case it's 3:40. So we're going to say son las 3:40. 40. Son las 3:40. Sorry, just making sure my mic was on. We have a couple like and quarter, right? So y corto is 15 after. So we have y media is half after, or 30. Y corto is 15 after. And proper way of telling time would be menos corto, to say 45, but we're not going to worry about that right now. All right, so here are some clocks, okay? So we have 9:17. 9:17. So, in fact, let's just do this. Let's talk about these. All right, so 9:17, son las, because it's not one, right? Because it's more than one, so it's son las. So, son las 9:17. Son las 9:17. 17. All right, over here we have son las 11. Son las 11:47. Son las 11:47. It's 11:47. All right. Let's see if I can move out of the way there. All right, down here in the bottom left corner. 12:32. Son las 12:32. Son las 12:32. Okay. Son las 12, 12, 30, 32, 2. Now, the formal way of telling time is if it's after 30, you say, right, the English way of saying it, like, so this 2:56, right, the English way of saying this is 2:56, right? There's another way you could say it's 4 till 3. So there is a structure that you'll see. So in this case, the straightforward way is son las 2:56. Son las 2:56. Son las 2:56. It's 2:56. You can also say son las 3 menos minus 4. 4. So it's 3 minus 4 minutes. Okay, that sounds kind of a roundabout way, which is not why not a lot of people do it, but I want to show it to you so you know if you see it. Okay, but this is fine with me. Okay, so son las 3 menos corto. Okay, or 4, excuse me. Up here, we would have, if we were doing the minus thing, it would be son las 12 menos 13. Right, it's 13 minutes to 12. All right, a couple more examples. Let me move me out of the way here. All right, so 1:16. 1:16. All right, so think for a minute. Is it, right? We had that one phrase that went if it was 1, so we're not going to say son las, we're going to say something else. Okay, 1:16. So think about that one for a second. 5:44. And if you need to pause the video and look at your number sheet that I posted in Google Classroom, that's fine, okay? So it's not 1, so it's going to be our son las. Son las. Okay. I threw this one in here because a lot of places in the world use a 24-hour clock. Okay, so if you have a 24-hour clock, you just subtract 12. Okay, so this is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or 16:08. All right, so That's another one of those. I just want you to see it so you recognize it. And then 10:53. 10:53. So think about those for a second. All right. Es la 1:16. Es la 1:16. Son las 5:44. Son las 5:44. So you can see you're really going to have to get your numbers through 50 down when we work on our time, okay? Son las 4:08, right? Because it's just 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So son las 4:08, or if you're doing the 24-hour time, son las 16. Sorry, get that out of the way. Son las 16:08. And then down here, son las 10:53. Son las 10:53. Okay, so that's been a brief kind of introduction with telling time. Again, you need your 1 through 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then, when we get to 16, right, it's just 10 and 6. 10 y 6. 10 y 7. 10 y 8. 10 y 9. Right? And then we get to 20, 20. And then 21, 22, 23, right? All the way through. 30 for 30. 30, 40, 40, 50, 50. Right? And that's what we need to tell time. Right? A couple of slides that you'll see here at the end of our Nearpod. Okay? I just want to touch base. This is the end of the 6 weeks, these 2 days. So check focus, check your grades. I would add check your Google Classroom as well. Okay, make sure that those are look at all of that. Make sure you're staying on top of your absences. Okay, you have a lot fewer absences now that we're on block schedule before you start losing credit. And then last but not least, when we're all done with this, there are 2 assignments waiting for you in Google Classroom that are going to lead you to Pearson. Okay, so if you haven't set up Pearson yet, your online textbook, we'll have to walk through that. So if you have a question and you're in class, raise your hand. If not, I'll be on the Google Meet right there. All right. So I hope this went well. Thank you for sticking it out. I know it's been a little weird, but hopefully this will work well for us. All right. Have a good one.